So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I do a gratitude exercise where I ask myself, usually in bed, what am I most grateful for today? And usually, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful, for my family. I'm grateful to have experiences. And
Do you do that eyes closed?
yeah, I do that eyes closed. And while I think about that, I feel it. And so the feeling starts every day with a great feeling. So I start every day with a great feeling.
Do you visualize some things like your children, or do you talk to yourself? How do you do that?
Yeah, I have an internal dialogue. I see images of the things that I'm thinking about, and that just takes me 2 minutes, just 2 minutes when I wake up. And then I go to exercise to take care of my body.
How long?
Usually 1 hour
Wow.
to 1 hour and 15 minutes every day. And so I do a variety of different things. I hike, I bike, I work on aerobics, I work on strength, I work with weights. I do whatever it is, I just do it to give my body the physical exercise. Then as soon as I finish my exercise in my gym,
1 hour and half.
an hour and 15 minutes at the most.
Okay.
So then in my gym, I have two things. I have a vision board, which is my dream board for my
You are known for that.
Yes. So I have my vision board for my physique and my body and my health. But then I also have in my gym something called an achieved board.
Okay,
So
what
after
you
I
achieved?
achieved some of the things that I achieved,
Past and future.
no, achieved in the past.
Yes, so past, you have
Yes.
the past and the future. Vision
Correct.
board and achieved board.
So I have in my gym, in my home gym, I have like a place where I sit, and before I start my meditation, I look at my vision board from the past.
Okay.
So I get connected to the different things that I've been able to achieve, and I remember every day when I set my mind and my focus to achieving goals, I can achieve all of my goals. So
I love that. It is something that I didn't know that you do that.
Yeah.
And it's very powerful because you teach your brain to focus on the emotion you felt in the past.
Right, but what I also do is I reinforce. Most people focus on what's not working. This isn't going well. This didn't work. I want to remind myself every day of look how many things I was able to accomplish by being clear, by being passionate, by using these rituals. So before I go into my meditation, which is with my eyes closed, I look at my achieved board. I get emotionally associated with it to remind myself that when I set my mind to achieve something, I can do it. And then I look across, because I have a mirror in the gym, and I look across and I say, I love you just the way you are. And I said, I accept you just the way you are, with all of your skills and passion and faults and insecurities and doubts and fears. I accept you just the way you are.
Wow,
And I smile, and then I close my eyes, and I do about a 15-minute meditation.
Wow.
And in my meditation, sometimes I have no thoughts, where I'm just one with the universe and everything.
Centered.
Other times, I'll just follow my thoughts, and I'll just pay attention, be mindful of where are they going this morning? Where are they going today? So I'll follow my thoughts, and I'll just follow them. Other times, I'll follow a thought and say, release that one. And follow another thought and say, release that one. So I'm teaching my brain that I'm in control of my brain.
First of all, your morning routine starts the night before, so go to bed early. But I try to go to bed as close to 9 as humanly possible every night, save for the weekends. And in that, I sleep without an alarm, so I wake up when I wake up. The reason that I do that is because I want to get as much sleep as I need. So I'm all about cognitive optimization. So I'm not somebody who sets the alarm to make sure that I'm up at 4 in the morning, but when I wake up at 4 in the morning, I'm a very happy camper. I usually get, it used to be between 5 and 6. I'm now getting between 7 and 8. I have no idea why. It changed completely randomly and as far as I can tell without reason. But I wake up when I wake up. I give myself 10 minutes to get out of bed. And I do that because I'm lazy and my inclination is to lay in bed. So I need a bright line that says I get out of bed immediately without wasting time. So I'm out of bed in 10 minutes or less. I put my gym clothes next to my bed so that the easiest answer is to put my gym clothes on. In fact, I'd have to make a conscious choice not to, which thusly would trigger in me a lot of conflict emotionally because it is my identity to immediately go to the gym to work out again, partly for cognitive optimization and then also for longevity, for health and for aesthetics. But working out, I think, is incredibly important. And I actually think that for anybody that wants to achieve something extraordinary in their life, that the third thing that you need to focus on is mindset. The first two are diet and exercise, followed by mindset. So I hit the gym first and foremost. Immediately after the gym, I meditate. And the reason that I do that is because I want to practice going from the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight, which you're triggering in the gym through the heavy exertion. Your heart rate is up, your breathing is shallow and rapid. And the idea is to very quickly switch over into the parasympathetic nervous system where you're getting into rest and digest, where you're calming all of that down. You're slowing your breath, your diaphragm breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and really calming everything down. And I think practicing that transition is very important. And so that's why I do them back to back. But then on top of that, just meditating for any reason I think is really important.
There's a reason why the visionary founder of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, rises before the sun. There's a reason why Michelle Obama rises very early. There's a reason why Tim Cook, who's leading Apple, gets up before the dawn. First of all, the hours between 4 and 6 are the time of least distraction in this age of dramatic interruption. Number 2, the hours before the sun rises is the period where your brain is most available to your primary creativity. So while you're sleeping, your brain actually washes itself, but also it lets go of the residue of the previous day while you are resting and while you are recovering. When you wake up, your thinking is fresh, your creativity is most pristine, you are most available to access your gifts and your talents. So those are some of the reasons why I encourage you to get up early. You might say, Robin, well, I'm not an early riser. I can't put mind over mattress. I can't win the battle of the bed. Grandma never got up early. Dad couldn't get up early. I guess I'm not the kind of person who can rise before the sun. And what I would suggest to you is simply this. What science confirms, and in particular the data of University College London, you do any new habit, practice it for 66 days, and you will arrive at the place of automaticity. In other words, it'll be easier to run the new habit than not to. 66 days of rising at 5 a.m. will get you to a place where it's easier to get up at 5 a.m. than not to get up at 5 a.m. You'll reach a place of automaticity. In my book, The 5 a.m. Club, I say all change is hard at first, and it's messy in the middle, and it's gorgeous at the end.
Why is the morning routine so important? Couple things. How you wake up has a scientifically proven impact on your ability to focus, on your happiness, and on your productivity all day. The 2 to 3 pieces of it are, for me, I wake up when the alarm goes off. I then get up, and for the first couple minutes of the day, I plan my day. And I have a particular process that I go through that leverages something from Harvard Business School called the progress principle. I have a mindfulness practice. That could be anything that you want. It could be gratitude journaling. It could be meditation. It could be 5 slow, deep breaths. It could be taking your dog outside for a walk. And then on mornings when I can, I have a micro exercise practice where I do planks for 5 minutes, or I do something to get my blood pumping on the mornings that I can. I do all that before I ever even look at my phone, because I put myself and my mindset first deliberately before I ever allow the world access to my mind. You do not want anybody to have access to what's going on up here until you've gotten deliberate about what you're thinking about first.
Don't press snooze. Snooze doesn't help, by the way. Snooze is one of those things that just simply
Snooze is
doesn't
a dream
help.
killer.
Yeah, it's like
Press the snooze button and kill your dreams. That's the answer.
yeah, it's like a complete.
We think it's going to help you dream more, but it's not. It's going to destroy your dreams.
It's
Don't touch it.
whole psychological
Get
trick.
away from it.
If you press
Stop.
snooze, the thing that you think pressing the snooze helps you with, like, oh, let me just get that extra 8 minutes of sleep. That 8 minutes of sleep doesn't give you any more energy, by the way.
18 seconds. There's an 18-second window in the morning when your alarm goes off. That sucks. It's about 18 seconds. So 18, like the alarm goes off and you touch it.
Yeah.
The next 18 seconds are like a hard. That's when you have to use maximum effort to clear the gravitational pull of your pillow. If you can get away from those 18 seconds, then you're okay. You just get away from the pillow. It's pulling you in, like with some tractor beam.
Oh, yeah.
You need to get away from that problem. So the 18 seconds, and once you're up and you're moving, you're good.
The first 60 minutes or so are very clearly defined. And that's the recipe I use to set up the rest of the day. My name is Tim Ferriss, angel investor and author of books including The 4-Hour Workweek and the latest Tribe of Mentors. Step number 1, I wake up and I meditate for 20 minutes, typically 22 minutes. It's 20 minutes of seated transcendental meditation. It could be Vipassana, it could be Headspace, and then 2-minute decompression period where I sit there and let my mind do whatever it wants to do. I get up, brew tea, very frequently oolong tea or some combination of, say, turmeric, ginger, and pu'er. That's another favorite. And then I sit down to journal. And there are 2 different types of journaling that I do depending on the day for different purposes. One would be morning pages, where I'm effectively vomiting my brain onto the page to trap my monkey mind in print so that it doesn't bother me for the rest of the day. The other type of journaling I do is best encapsulated in a journal called the 5-Minute Journal. There are different ways to do this, but I'm writing down 3 or 4 bullets of items, people, relationships, anything that I'm grateful for, which is a very, very, very nice way to set the rest of the day so that you're viewing life through a lens of positivity. Then there are a few questions related, or prompts I should say, related to focal points for the day. Ideally, immediately after that, I'm having a small amount to eat, and then I would go into exercise of some type. That exercise could be riding on a Peloton bike and doing a 20-minute HIIT workout, high intensity interval training, or it could be acro yoga, or it could be weight training, or working on a Concept 2 rower. And that would be generally no more than 60 to 90 minutes in length. Sometimes as short as 20 minutes. And then shower, off to the day.